words vagina, blood clot, cramps, gas, if that makes you feel uneasy, this isn't the video for you. We back. Hey, my necessity. Thank you for coming back to Necessarily Nav. As you can tell by today's title, we are going to be talking about menstrual cups. We are going to talk about the pros, the cons, some tips, some tricks that I have learned along the way, how my body's changed, how my periods have changed, and just how I just feel so much more in tune with my body. It may sound weird, but as you watch the video, you will understand what I am talking about. Before we get the ball rolling, make sure you press that red button down below. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you share this message with your sister, your wife, your girlfriend, your side piece, whatever she may be to you. Share this with the loved one so you can better change their life, because they want to know this information. I promise you do. Now, I was on the other side, y'all. I was right with y'all.
That's for white girls. I'm not doing that. No, it's nasty.
No.
I promise I will not lead you out astray. Like, this was the best decision I could have made, and I'm hoping to impart that type of wisdom onto you. Menstrual cups, I thank the Lord for them. So before I started wearing a cup, I used to wear a super tampon, a super pad, and I used to wear a panty liner on the back, and then I used to wear another underwear, like my granny drawers, over it, because I just didn't want to get caught slipping. I was heavy, super cramping. Like, I mean, you know that type of cramp when you just couldn't get up, like you had to stay in one position and you just foot up in the air and you had to stay there for 30 minutes because you could not move. That's how bad it was. Honestly, and I still feel this way. My period could be a text. It really shouldn't be all of this. It shouldn't be me having to do all this whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Come on now. We could have got the text for this. So before you start using this cup, my first recommendation is to be comfortable with your body. You do not want to mess around and drop this cup in the toilet, on the floor, or anywhere it doesn't need to be. You don't want to get blood on your clothes. You don't want to mess around and put this cup in the wrong way. And now you coming back to my channel, hitting dislike buttons, and you writing these nasty comments because you got the cup because of me. And I just don't need that type of stress in my life, okay? And secondly, I will suggest taking a cup quiz. I took mine from What the Cup, I believe is what it's called. I took that quiz and it told me what type of cups were good for me. I'll put a link below for the quiz that I took. So because I know that I hate the sight of blood, I knew I wanted to be comfortable putting this cup in my body. So I always tell people before they actually start their period and start using the organic cup, wear the cup before your actual period. So first instruction is to boil your water. I put peroxide in mine because your girl must protect her peace and her pH. So I just did what I needed to do. I boiled it for about 10 minutes. It says to do 5, but you know, again, my pH. So after I did that, I actually wore the cup. So right now I got a cup. This is one of the cups that was recommended. It's brand new because I didn't want to show y'all something that I've been using for about 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce the menstrual cup. I didn't know this. You can buy tampons, pads, all of that, menstrual cups. You can buy that off of your HSA. So for those of you who have one, get it popping, save you some money. So the best way, in my opinion, to get this in is to press down in the middle and do a fold. So the back end of the fold is going to go in towards your anus or your rectum or your booty hole or your tailbone. Whatever way helps you better understand where this goes, it goes towards there. And then you're going to let it pop open. Sometimes the cup does not open all the way, so you want to make sure you basically twist the base around just to make sure that your cup is fully open. I know y'all looking at this cup like, it's not gonna hold all of this. When I tell you your pad and your tampon has been lying to you, the way the blood expands, it makes it look like it's so much more blood than it really is. But when I tell you, you can come home and the cup would just be right here, it'll be literally this much blood in there, and you like, what? As you wear the cup more, you learn when it's in the right place, and you also learn when it's time for you to take it out. So if you need to use the restroom, if you need to drop a deuce, some people take their cup out. Me personally, I leave it in because I know I'm getting enough fiber in my diet, so I know I'm not going to be constipated. You feel like, wow, this is going to be a big one. To be safe, take your cup out. You don't want your cup falling in the water. Now you can envision the scene. Now it's time to take out your cup. So for me, I always wipe first with my cup in, just to make sure that my face is dry, make sure that my hands are dry, one, and then that the cup is also dry, especially if you know that it's time for you to take out your cup. So typically when your cup is really full, it's going to have blood dripping down, basically like, girl, pull me out of here now. So you want to make sure that the cup is dry so that you don't accidentally drop your cup into the toilet. So you want to do like a little slight push, like just give yourself a pressure, and then you grab the base of this, pull down, and I spill, and I go like this and shake it, make sure all the blood is out, and then I go like this, because sometimes you have that little drop of blood that's on there, and just to make sure, and I put it on the napkin for me to get it back in. When I'm at work or if I'm in somebody's public bathroom, I always like just rinse the cup out with some water, rinse it good. There are suction holes, and you want to make sure that those are completely cleaned. So if there's anything that's clogging it, you would just fill it up with some water and put your hand to the top, and you'll just go like this, and that would typically clear out whatever was clogging those holes. There are a couple positions that you can put your cup in. So the reason why I say you want to be comfortable with your body is because you do not want to be tense. If you are tensed up, you will not get this cup in. You will keep going like this, and then before you know it, your cup has a bunch of blood over it because you couldn't get it in the right way. So just make sure that you are comfortable, which is why I like to do the squatted position. I feel like when I got my knee on somebody's counter, I'm scared, okay, am I gonna put a dent in it? Am I gonna break these people's sink? It's a lot of thoughts going in my mind. The squat position, I just feel as if everything's more open, so you can just get the cup in there and you can do what you gotta do, and you're back up, get your hands washed, you can go back off to work, to school, whatever you need to do. So for me, I usually put my cup in morning and I put my cup in at night, and that typically I'm usually good for the day. But on my heavier days, I do have to change it more frequently. The only wash that I use for my Eve's Garden, it's from Max Beauty. This is the one that I use. I have tried another popular brand, but I felt like I was getting irritated with that one, and with this one, experience nothing but freshness and love in my vagina. And I will use this to clean out my cup in the mornings and nighttime. So I'll just pour a little bit in there, wash that off. But you want to make sure that you wash the bottle out completely, because again, yoni wash is not intended to go inside your vagina. So I make sure that my cup is clearly clear of any type of soap residue that may be on there before I put this back inside my vagina. Okay, and honestly, use water. You really don't, or you can use some Dr. Bronners unscented soap. You really do not have to buy that $12 cup wash that they're trying to sell. I'm here to help you out, okay? I'll get into more detail about the Max Beauty's wash when I do my skincare and hygiene routine, because you know the people been asking, girl, you know. You know, the girl got some soft skin, so you know the people been asking, been looking for it. So that's probably going to be one of my videos coming up pretty soon, and I'll get into more details about that. You can wear your cup up for 12 hours. I've honestly pushed it past 12 hours. I've probably gone like 14 hours while wearing a cup. So I mentioned that you feel more in tune with your body. You will know when it's time to take your cup out. I've been laughing, I've been coughing, I've been sneezing all day with no problem. It's gonna be that one laugh and you just feel like a squirt of blood comes out. It's time to change it. Unlike the traditional pad or tampon, when you feel that when you only got 3 seconds to get to the bathroom, I can make it to the bathroom without having to run. I've always been self-conscious on my period, but I feel like I'm able to go out and do more without that fear of having blood on my clothes or having to constantly change and constantly have to worry like, hey girl, do I got blood on my clothes? It's reassuring. I wear this comfortably. At most, I can say I probably change about 3 or 4 times a day, and that's on my heaviest days. So if there are some questions that I didn't answer for you, or you just want to know more about the menstrual cup, definitely hit me up. You can ask me a question in the comments, or you can hit up my DMs on Instagram, or you can send me a message to my email. I am more than open to answering that for y'all. I just want us all to live better. I want us to all be happy in our cups. Okay. So can I take a moment? I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Listen, it means the world to me. I'm not a person to put myself out there and ask for support. So the fact that you guys are here in this moment with me, allowing me to be on your screens, it means the world to me. Thank you for every subscribe, share, like, all of that. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Speak well, be well. We'll be back with another video. Love ya.